You're welcome, everybody. My name is Mohau. Um, this is a place where I would want to share my thoughts on things that I see and things that are currently taking place or whatever that just come into my mind. So I just watched the recent interview of DJ Cleo on MacG podcast. I usually want to take my time. They would put out an episode. I'd just take my time, and whenever I'm ready, I'd just go there. I'm a chiller, by the way. So, what also I realize is that in this interview, there's a certain pattern that has become so prevalent that I'm seeing artists are using this style to promote their work, and I'm beginning to think if is this legit. Of course, as human beings, we're not perfect. But what the interview of DJ Cleo brings into spotlight is the involvement and the mistrust or lack of good professionalism from DJ Sbu. And he started off by saying, I was dumped by TS Record. And I knew from there that something is coming up. Besides the fact that he's promoting a new album in a platform that he knows is going to get plenty of eyes. And then he continued to say, I worked with Sbu and I worked so hard, or I was part of the people that were main when the character Mzansi was developed. Is that a fact? Yes, it's a fact. But why are you bringing it up? That's another thing that I realize again. You are there to promote, but in the midst of that, there is this consistent appearance of this name in this interview. Good. Beautiful interview handled. Big up to the king himself, MacG, and of course Saul and the whole team. And then it moves on to talk about the biggest secret in the business. Ngaphansi komthunzi welanga. Who wrote that song? And I feel like every time in South African artists, the situation always doesn't change. We always think that the person who is actually on the mic singing should be the one who writes. And if that is not the case, especially in South African context, we then get to doubt and think like it's something that it's not possible. It does happen. But now the way in which that he tells and exposes this thing is to say, first of all, tarnish the name of Manu Brown Dash, may his soul rest in peace, to say that a nigger can't write. Do you know how many artists that I've encountered in my life that literally don't write? You know, poems, movies, commercials, you know, in the world of copyright, someone just think of something right now, and then the next thing you hear it in an advert of Coca-Cola. So it's a phenomenon that a lot of us in the art industry know a lot about it. It happens. But the way in which that DJ Cleo exposes it, it exposes it so that it can take power away from DJ Brown Dash and everything that he has done for the music industry. But not that, the fact that that particular music that he's talking about, every time it does spins, it actually feeds his family. He takes that away for that. But why? It's because he has an unknown album that he has dropped and he wants people to start buying the album. But why do you need to do that? Why do you need to drag another black man into your hustle? You can just put the songs out there and then we love it. Am I blaming DJ Cleo in this? Am I blaming MacG in terms of the questions that were out? DJ Cleo wanted to say all of these things. You know, and I also went and saw that DJ Sbu saw the interview, and I'm not sure if I'm correct, but it seems like Sbu is somewhere on a tour in overseas promoting himself, his brand, and just cementing his brand, you know, as an African entrepreneur who has done so much, and I'm very proud of him. And that's the question that came out from me. Did I love the story and how he tells it? I love it. Did I love and was surprised of the fact that he owns 8 properties, and one of those properties is commercial. I was impressed and I loved it and continue to respect him. But in the very same breath, MacG did the very same thing when he was about to drop his album. See, I'm trying to connect the dots in this pattern and this new way of niggas going out there speaking trash about other black African niggas, fellow African black artists, just to put their stuff out there. So when MacG was about to drop, he, according to the person that was being tarnished here, Maporisa, claims that MacG even used his name to promote his upcoming album, well, the one that already has dropped. So, and I went and watched that live, yeah, Maporisa, and got to hear his complaints of, I don't have a problem with anybody coming into the game, contrary to what it was, preached in go MacG, But I have a problem with you coming into the game and using my name and actually tarnishing it to an extent where it will be on to put your album out there. I have a problem with that. So we have two people doing the same thing, tarnishing other black brothers just to put their work up there. And I'm thinking to myself, and none of them are calling one another out, And when he started, DJ Cleo saying that, I went out there and started calling people, and you'd never even be surprised who turned me down. Like almost the entire industry turned me down. And I'm thinking to DJ Cleo, why do you think that was a situation? You came into an industry, became the best, and decided to take a break. And this is one industry, unlike in being a doctor, unlike being in what, you constantly need to test your skill. And people's memory in this industry is quite short. So you went and explored life, and when you came back, you find out that there are new people who run the game, literally those ones that you were, they were your fans. Now they're the people that are running the game, and you have a problem with that. You have a problem that you went and not build your brand, and when you come back, you find boys that have already built their brands, and you wanted to be associated with that, and you have a problem with that. I also found it very challenging on how you spoken, on how you found Pitch Black Afro. Dog, you could have said any other thing, but you decided to expose the fact that you went and put it up, took him out in a dingy place. And let's get the context. Where is the man right now? Can the man even do an interview to say, bruh? So us who are out, we could tell you that, no, Grootman, big up with the new album that is coming, but please focus on the work. If you're trying to tell stories, which you do have plenty of, try to find a good side. No, I found him in a dingy place with his mother and his girlfriend. What was that happening in that? What type of fucked up life that was happening in there? Who wants to know that? Okay, let's talk about Briggs. No, Briggs, this. The next thing he brings, the guy is playing porn. Let's understand also, where is Briggs right now? In jail? For what? For crimes that are related to sexual assault, allegedly, or proven so, I don't know. And then you decide, out of all the stories that the brother told you about, the one that actually pissed me off is when you said Briggs refused to take your deal, and the day he decided to take your deal was when his grandmother died, and he came there and said, I'm ready. How do you even begin, Grootman? Have you not been helped before, and someone found you in a place that was not right, and right now you're deciding to take all these stories of people who came to you in confidence, and right now you're using this as content to promote your album? All the best with the album, but honestly, all the best with your 8 properties, and uNkulunkulu against a grant for the fact that you were spoiled, and everything that you had done, even your mistake, were covered by your mother. You understand? And then if I find a nigga on the down floor, that shit is not even used later or anything for marketing myself or anything. And we still need us to be helped. But the way you're doing things, it feels like next time I see you somewhere and I wouldn't even want to come to you for help. And I know for sure you don't need me to come for you to help, because well unjalo. You understand? Much love and respect. Those were my thoughts. And yeah, man, it felt good saying that. Let's talk next time.